Good morning, welcome to the Bird Tales. I am not out on some piece of public land with one of the dogs in the back. I didn't have time, which isn't true. I didn't have patience this week for doing this interview thing while I was out hunting, so I have to do it this morning, sitting out on my deck before the world wakes up and gets wild. But I have to tell you about my previous week of bird hunting. And compared to the last episode you saw, it's been a much better week. Alright, so last Saturday, I went out with Skip to a WPA, and actually the first place we went wasn't too bad. I think he pointed one hen, and we had one rooster flush kind of wild on us. It got up on the other side of this bush, and by the time I got her on the bush so I could see it, all I was able to do was identify that was a rooster and watch him fly away. So after that spot, we went to a different WPA, and Skip and I were working around the edge of the WPA next to the crop field, and he kind of went on point. He was kind of birdie, and the wind was coming in our face, and he was working up on my left, and so it was kind of thin, wide open grass, and I figured if anything, a bird's going to be running in front of us. So I just kept going as he was slowly working along the edge, and I got out in front of him a ways. And it worked because the rooster flushed and he was coming right at me. Not a great shot, but he slid down into the wetland. So we ran down there as quick as we could, and I get down there and I'm like, right here, Skip, right here, right here, right here. And Skip just seems clueless. Like, he doesn't know that there was a bird there. He doesn't know what's going on, why I'm jumping around, freaking out. He doesn't seem to have any inclination that we're looking for something. So I'm starting to think we're not going to find the bird, but I figure we're going to work up and down this wetland a couple times at least just to see what happens. So we start heading back the way we came, and Skip gets on a trail and just starts nose to the ground, just working. And you know what's funny about it is when a dog, when you're working with puppies especially, you know, it's a 50-50 chance whether these two are going to actually hold point or bust the bird. But then when I have a cripple sitting in the grass somewhere, he goes on point and I can't get him to go. So I finally just run up in front of him where he's pointing and start kicking. The rooster jumps up, takes off running.
Skip. This way, Skip. In there.
But at least this time, Skip saw it. He knows there's a bird there, so he's on the chase. So I just let him go, and I keep working that way. And I'm getting worried that maybe we're not going to find this bird. And the collar goes off because Skip's on point. And so I come around these bushes thinking I got to run up there and kick this bird out again because he's not going to go get it. And as I come around the corner, he's just standing there with the bird in his mouth.
Good boy, Skip. Good boy, Skipper. I'm so unbelievably happy right now. I cannot believe it worked out when we found him. Good boy, Skipper. Good boy.
The next day I went to another WPA with Gilly, and we kind of had pandemonium at first. He went on point, and I think we flushed like 10 hens, just one after another, after another, after another. And they kind of all landed in this grassy area next to a cornfield. And we were going that way anyway, so we walk up there, and he went on point again, and birds are just popping everywhere. All these hens they're all over the place. And he pointed a hen, she got up and started flying across.
Whoa.
And he was in the process of chasing her. And as I'm watching him, birds get up in front of me, and I think it was one hen got up, and then a rooster got up. So I shot the rooster, and then Gilly went and picked him up.
Come.
Then we worked our way around to the other side of the WPA, and there was kind of a bare spot where there was some tree removal work had been done, and there must have been a rooster sitting in that bare spot looking for danger to come, for me. And he flushed wild and went off and over a hill and landed down in a wetland. And I had the wherewithal to run up the hill and watch him. So I saw him go down in the wetland. So Gilly and I made a big loop, got downwind of where he went down, and were lucky enough to find him. But Unluckily, the camera had moved a little bit somewhere, and my big head was blocking the actual shot.
Happy birthday.
And then the last hunt for the week for us was actually kind of a bummer. Skip and I went out to a different WPA. I think I hunted all WPAs this week. But we headed out to a WPA, and we had some good points on hens. And as we were working along, a rooster just kind of flushed wild off to my right in these cattails. And it was a little bit of a long shot, and now I'm kind of wondering if he went down because he was hit, or maybe he was only slightly grazed or something, or if I've shot birds in the past where you shoot in front of them and you get really close and it kind of throws him off, and he was really low to the cattails, and so maybe that close shot just threw him off and he lost his ability to fly and crash into the cattails. I'm not sure, but he hit in the cattails. I raced down to where he landed. I got Skip on it, and as I'm watching Skip go through the cattails, it wasn't like the looking for a bird. It was just sprinting, and he's just running through the cattails, just zigzagging, going as fast as he can run. And he hit the edge of the cattails, and I watched a rooster pop up out of there and fly over the next hill and gone. So clearly he wasn't hit very good, or maybe not even hit at all, and the shot just went in front of him and threw him off his balance, and he went down. I think we may have saw another rooster in there, but we didn't have anything get up in range, that's for sure. But that was it, and that's how I'm gonna end my week. So I appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for next week. See ya.